Assalamualaikum to everyone. Welcome to Mathematics Point. Hope so students you are very well. So today I'm here with the chapter 2, New Syllabus Mathematics 1, Integers, Rational and Real Numbers. And we will do the question 7 part J, that is your assignment question, but move directly towards the part J. I would prefer to solve firstly the part A, B and so on because that will reinforce your concept about to solving the brackets. So without directly moving towards the part A, I will prefer to do the part A firstly. In the part A, we have minus 55 plus bracket minus 10 minus 10. So students, now you have the concept and you also learned the rule about that. Whenever plus sign multiply with minus, we get the answer minus. So firstly, what is the rule to solve this question? That you have to follow some order. And what is the order? So firstly, you have to solve the brackets. Now look at your part A, that in the part A, you have the bracket, and what is called the bracket? This round sign, semicircle, is called the brackets, and it is the small bracket. So firstly, you have to solve this bracket. When you solve this bracket, after that, you will move towards the other signs. Okay. So I will solve this bracket firstly. Now in the bracket, I have the minus 10. It is not possible to place two signs together, that I will place plus minus 10. No, it is not possible. So these two signs have to multiply each other, plus minus. In the multiplication, plus minus is equal to minus. Whenever a positive sign multiply with a negative sign, we get the answer minus. So minus 10. And if you remember that we have done the questions, that is a starting question. So this exercise, whenever there is a positive sign outside the bracket, the inner sign will remain the same. So we have the positive side outside the bracket. So we have the inner sign minus 10. So minus 10 sign will remain the same. And what we have next, we have minus 10. Now we have this no any brackets. So we solve this question from left to right. Firstly, we have to add minus 55 and 10. So 55 and 10 both have the same sign, that is the minus sign. Whenever there are same signs, so terms are going to be added. 55 plus 10 is equal to 65. And what would be the sign? As you can see, we have minus sign with 55 as well as minus sign with 10. So the terms will be added and we place the same sign. And what is the sign? That is minus. And we will write, we have solved these two terms. Now we will write minus 10. Again, we have the term minus 65 and minus 10. So both the terms having the same sign, the terms will be added. 65 plus 10, 75, and we place the same sign that the both terms have. The both terms have minus, so we put the sign minus. Now write in the question 7 part B. After that, inshallah, we will move towards our part, that is a part of assignment part J. Now observe this question. In this question, we have two brackets. First is this big bracket, that is a square bracket, also called square bracket, and the inner one is small bracket, that is also called round bracket. Now we have two brackets and we learned, okay, firstly we have to solve the brackets. Now which bracket firstly we solve? The bracket that is the inner one. Now we have this bracket, and in this bracket we also have the inner bracket, that is a small bracket. And always you just have to remember that we have three types of bracket: small bracket, medium bracket, and then big bracket. So firstly we have to solve this round bracket. So let's start the question. I firstly solve this round bracket. So I write this minus sign as it. Why so? Because there is nothing any sign outside the round bracket. So whenever there is no any sign, there is a positive sign. And positive sign did not change the sign of the inner term. So we write minus 8. Now there is a minus sign outside the bracket. This minus sign will change the inner sign. So this minus sign will become positive 2. This is one concept, or rather you can say that minus minus plus, because In multiplication, when minus sign multiply with minus sign, the sign will become positive. So you do this question as it that minus minus will become positive 2. Now close your square bracket, and what is outside the square bracket is plus, so you have to write this plus 3. Now we have only one bracket in this question, that is now the square bracket. So firstly we have to solve this square bracket. Minus 8 plus 2 plus minus minus, the term going to subtract. So 8 minus 2 will become 6. And what will be the sign? The sign of greater term. So 8 is greater, we have to put those sign. Now we have minus sign outside the bracket, so inner sign will be changed. Or you can also say minus minus plus. Now solve your question from left to right. Minus 12 and plus 6. Plus minus minus 12 minus 6 is equal to 6. And we have to put the sign of the greater term or the bigger term. So our bigger term is 12. So we have to put the sign of 12. Now we are working with these two numbers. So we get, we have to write the solution of these two terms. Now what is left will be next will be left. So that is plus 3. Now we have to working with that. Minus 6 plus 6 is minus 3. This is all about your part B. Now we'll move towards the part J. So question number 7, part J is square root 10 minus 3 multiplied by minus 2. So follow your rule. You have to solve firstly the bracket, and we have a bracket on 2. 10 minus 3. Okay. This bracket is multiplied with 3, not by 10, because you know that this bracket is going to be multiplied by only 3. No, there is no any sign or there is no any bracket with that. So we have to firstly solve with 3. Minus minus plus, and 2 3s are 6. Now we have square root 10 plus 6. So 10 plus 6 is 16. Square root 16. 16 is a perfect square of 4. Now this square root sign and square unto each other, and we get the answer 4. Now students, we will do the question number 9, that is find the value of each of the following. Part H, that is again your assignment question. So in part H we have the curly bracket minus 10 minus square bracket 12 plus minus 3 bracket close square. This square power is on minus 3. Then bracket close plus 3 cube and so on. So if you observe this question, we have 3 brackets in this question. First is this, second is this, and third one is this. So firstly you have to solve out all the brackets. Then according to follow the rules, we have to solve the square power or the powers that we have. Then we will move onward. So we start the question. Minus 10 minus 12. So we will solve bracket and bracket inside the bracket. Minus 3 whole bracket square. This is even power, and whenever there is an even power outside the bracket, so minus sign will become plus. Remember in the last lecture we have done, whenever there is a cube or any odd power outside the bracket, this minus sign will remain the same. But whenever there is an even sign, as it is a 2 and 2 is even, so this sign become positive. Or also minus multiplied by minus, minus minus plus, so sign will become plus. Plus 3 square, 3 squares mean 9, 2 times of 3. 3 multiplied by 3, and 3 3s are 9. Now you have to close the bracket. We didn't solve this cube, 3 cube at this stage, because firstly you have to solve the small brackets. Minus 3 bracket close. Now we will solve the square bracket. Okay, this is also the square small bracket, but this minus is going to be divided with what? The term answer that we get from this. So that's why I left this minus at this stage. Now 12 plus 9, 21, and close the bracket. Now we have to solve this. Minus, and when there is nothing sign, there is a plus sign. So plus minus minus 21 plus x 3 power 3 minus 3. Now after this you have to solve the power. The power that is inside the bracket. So 3 power 3 means 27. Now to solve this bracket, minus 10 minus 21 is equal to minus 31 plus 27 minus 3. Again plus minus minus, so you have minus the terms. 31 minus 27 is equal to 4. And we have to place the sign of the greater term and the bigger term. And bigger term is 31, and 31 have the sign minus. So you have to place this minus sign with 4 and close the bracket. Now, minus 4 is divided by minus 3. This sign is deviant, so you can also write this deviant as a form of fraction. Here minus minus is plus, so 4 by 3 will solve the sign. Now we have a greater term in our numerator, so we'll divide this and convert this fraction in the form of mixed form. So write down 4 here. 3 ones are 3 minus, so you can write this division in the form of mixed term. 1 3 1. That is your answer. So students, this is all about your week 6 assignment as well as with your chapter 2. Question 9, and the selective parts, definitely that is the part is included in your assignment. So hope so you understand all the question. Still, if there is any queries, just put your query in the comment box. Okay. So students, Allah Hafiz.